sir.
Nice. Hello, everybody. Very well. So, seems like Yin and Nina are on the way. Where do you go?
We're very far from our house.
Okay, where do you go?
So we are at Coffs Harbour and we're going to Brisbane.
You're going to Brisbane? Okay. So, Yin and Nina, I think it will be a little difficult to join us during meditation, right? But if you have there your seatbelt, maybe you can apply the seatbelt on your body and you can join us in meditation as you listen to the instruction. So we do not need to see you, but you would apply the seatbelt. Do you know how to do that? Okay. Nina, are you sure you need to use the earbud? Can you hear me well without the earbud?
What earbud?
These are called earbuds. Maybe you can try to hear me without the earbuds. Maybe take the phone closer to you or whatever is the device. Okay, can you hear me well? Can you hear me well now? Yen and Nina, can you hear me well? You will probably need to put your earbuds back into the box, and then you will hear me from the speaker. Can you hear me well? Yen and Nina, can you hear me well? And now Yen and Nina cannot unmute. So, can you hear me well?
I can hear you.
You can hear me very well. Perfect, yes. Because the earbuds are not very good if you have just one, each of you. Oh, yes. Now you're all allowed to unmute yourself. Now I have changed the permissions finally. I see that I can do it myself. All right, that's good. So, Hian and Nina, are you ready for meditation? Rere, you may like to adjust your camera a little, maybe tilt a little. Okay, Hian and Nina are still getting ready. Okay, Hien and Nina. I think Nina still needs to apply seatbelt. Nina, I think your seatbelt is weird. You need to have it over your shoulder, right? Nina. Nina, can you hear me? Nina, can you hear me? Nina, if you can hear me, you nod your head. Can you hear me? Nina, Nina, are you there? Nina, can you hear me? Nina, can you hear me? Daniel, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Hien, can you hear me? 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 I think they cannot hear me. I think something's wrong. Um, that's not okay. This should not happen. Can you hear me? You cannot hear me, right? Now, can you hear
I
me?
can hear you a tiny bit.
You can hear me a tiny bit. So you need to turn on your speaker. You need to turn. Did you apply your volume?
The volume's at 100%.
100%. Okay. Okay. But if I take the microphone close, I think it will be loud for others. Now, can you hear me well? Can you hear me? I think this is already so much. You need to improve your speaker system. So we are still not ready.
Yeah, excuse. I hear you.
Now you can hear me well? Can you hear me?
Well, with the AirPods. Yeah. Yes.
Now you can hear me well. Okay. So let's start meditation. Yes, I see you're using your earbuds. Maybe later, if you can have like external speakers for your laptop and increase the volume, that would be great. Or maybe ask someone to help you change the settings in your laptop so that you have higher volume. It is possible that, yes,
We're using an iPhone.
you are using what? A phone. Whatever. It should be possible to attach some speakers to the phone and so you can hear them well when you go on by car. All right, so I think is the best time to start our meditation. So let's sit in a comfortable meditation posture. Make sure your back is erect. So we will meditate. We will meditate 10 minutes today. And so in our minds, voicelessly, we can make the first determination from now on. From now on for 10 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on for 10 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on for 10 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. And with that determination, we can gently, lovingly notice the flat piece of flesh at the top of the head. We allow it to be heavy. We continue to the forehead, eyes, nose, lips, chin, cheeks, ears, back of the head, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the head to be heavy. We continue to the neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers, tips of fingers, chest, abdomen, back, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the upper part of the body to be heavy. We continue to the buttocks, thighs, knees, calves, heels, soles, toes, tips of toes, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the body to be heavy. And we enjoy this heaviness. As we say heavy, heavy, we can increase this heaviness. Now, as we have allowed the body to be the way it is, we give the body freedom to be the way it is. And therefore we achieve freedom from worry about the body. So let's enjoy this freedom. Let's enjoy this peace. And we can gradually expand our peace. We can allow all of the beings in the room where we are now to enjoy at least as much peace as we have now. So in our minds, voicelessly, we can wish, we can allow, may all beings in this room be in peace. And we can gradually expand our thoughts of loving kindness. May all beings in this building be in peace. May all beings in this city or village be in peace. May all beings in this country be in peace. May all beings on this continent be in peace. May all beings on this planet be in peace. May all beings, including me, be in peace. Now, because the time for this sitting is finished, let's make the last determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. And we can slowly, mindfully change the way of our sitting. And after we have changed the way of our sitting, do not come to your cameras yet. Stay where you are. We will take one more minute, enjoying the peace we gained in meditation without any movement. Okay, very well. So, Nina, how do you apply your seatbelt? Can you show me how do you apply your seatbelt, Nina? When you apply your seatbelt? But I think that's not right. Hien, can you show Nina how to apply her seatbelt? Nina can hold the device and Hien can apply her seatbelt. So, Hien, how did you do that? Yes, finally, that seems right. And Nina, that is uncomfortable, right? I see, because it takes you over the neck. That's not okay, right? I think that's probably because how is that called? How is that caused? Hien, any idea why is there this problem? Is it because Nina is very little yet? Yes, okay. No, that's not okay. This is not okay. No, that's actually dangerous. If you have a problem, then Nina will die in that seatbelt. So Nina was taking her seatbelt actually better. Okay, Nina, for the time being, you can take the seatbelt as you did before. If you take the seatbelt, you do not need to have seatbelt when you're at the back. Sometimes perhaps you do. But if you take seatbelt, Nina took it previously better. I didn't know that there is this problem. Very good. Okay, so yeah, Nina, you can keep it under your armpit as you did before. No, this is not okay. Yes, this is fine. Okay, fine. So now let's move on to reciting. Oh, we do not have May, right, today. So anyway, today we will be reciting Sri Lanka pronunciation. So you already know it somehow, but anyway, I'll share with you the paper. Ian, can you see the paper well? Yes, okay. This is what we can do. So now I will recite Yamahang Vadami Tang Vadeta, what I say you say, or repeat after me. And you can then reply Ama Bhante. But everyone please unmute first. Now everyone can unmute. I have allowed that. Yes. And remember to keep your hands together. So that means that Hien and Nina will need to keep their seatbelt on. Keep your hands together at the chest. Hopefully you can do it somehow. And we can start. Yamahang Vadami Tang Vadeta. Perfect, yes. We follow Sri Lanka pronunciation. Listen to me very carefully and try to repeat exactly as I am saying it. Aham Bhante Tisaranena Saha Panchasilang Dhammang Yajami Anugahang Katva Silang Deta Me Bhante Anukampang Upadaya Dutiyampi Aham Bhante Tisaranena Saha Panchasilang Dhammang Yajami Anugahang Katva Silang Deta Me Bhante Anukampang Upadaya. Yes, remember this is a Sri Lanka pronunciation. So when you say, you say Yajami. In Burmese you say Yasami, but here you say Yajami. So let's try that for the third time. Tatiyampi Aham Bhante Tisaranena Saha Panchasilang Dhammang Yajami Anugahang Katva Silang Deta Me Bhante Anukampang Upadaya. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
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 Buddhang saranang gacchami, dhammang saranang gacchami, sanghang saranang gacchami.
Buddham saranam gacchami, dhammam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddham saranam gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi sangham saranam gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddham saranam gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi sangham saranam gacchami.
So now I will say Sarana Gamanang Paripunnang, and you can reply Ama Bhante, which means that you agree that going for refuges is complete. So let's try that together. Sarana Gamanang Paripunnang.
Ama Bhante.
Okay, so now start our the 5 precepts. Panatipata.
Panatipata.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Adinnadana.
Adinnadana.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Kame sumichhachara.
Kame sumichhachara.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Musavada.
Musavada.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Surameraya majja.
Surameraya majja.
Pamadatthana.
Pamadatthana.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
So now I will encourage you all to follow and protect the 3 refuges and the 5 precepts very well, and to make effort mindfully. So you always check your mind, and whenever there is a desire to break any of the 5 precepts, you catch it on time and you remove it before breaking any of the precepts. And thus you never break any of the 5 precepts. So let's try it together. Tisaranena saddhing panchasilang dhammang sadhukang surakkidang katva appamadena sampadetha. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you soon attain the eternal bliss of Nibbana.
Satu.
Okay, very well done. So now we are still now repeating what was going on during the last 1 or 2 years. So it's relatively simple. I will be giving you some notes and you will then write them down. So what happened after those 6 things that we were repeating last week? We repeated 6 things, right? So we repeated 6 things that happened with the Buddha to be, with the Prince Siddhattha, when he was a little kid, when he was a child. So there was the story about him in the heaven, getting ready to be born, then the story about the elephant, then the story about the birth, then the story about the Asitakala Devila, the first hermit, then we had the 8 Brahmins, and finally the little child Siddhattha sitting under the tree and meditating. So these are the 6 things that we were going through last week, and today we are going through 1 more. So when the prince was 16 years, the king got the idea that it would be a good idea to get married. In the Buddha's time, people got married earlier than they get married today. So the prince was already adult. He had to marry the beautiful princess Yasodhara. But the father of Princess Yasodhara and the relatives, the brothers, sisters, and so on of the Princess Yasodhara, they didn't like it, because they thought, certainly Prince Siddhartha does not have any skill which would help him to make enough money for the new family. So if Siddhartha doesn't have any good skill, and then he gets married with Yasodhara and they have kids, well, then they don't have enough money to give food and clothes and place to stay to their kids. And that would be a problem, right? So it is important that the man has a very good skill, so that when he gets married, he can make enough money and make sure that there is everything needed for all of the family. So the father and the relatives of the Princess Yasodhara worried that the Prince Siddhartha does not have the necessary skill to make enough money and take care of the family. So the king Suddhodana, father of the Prince Siddhartha, came up to the Prince Siddhartha and said, you know what? The relatives of the Princess Yasodhara worried that you do not have any skill to take care of the new family. Can you show them any skill? And the prince says, whatever skill you want me to show, I will show it. And the king says, well, we are the family of archers, those who shoot from a bow, those who shoot arrows from the bow. We are a family of archers. Prince Siddhartha was a member of a family of professional archers. So the king said, well, the skill that you can show is the skill of archery, of shooting arrows from a bow. And so the Prince Siddhartha, he first got a very big, very powerful, very strong bow, and he had to take an arrow and shoot the arrow from this very big, very hard, very heavy bow. And so he applied his very special, very powerful strength, and he shot an arrow from that bow in a very good way. So that was very successful. And then the prince says, you know what, king? Ask the 4 best archers to come. So many of the relatives of the archers, they came to watch what will Prince Siddhattha show. So these 4 archers, these 4 professional archers, each of them stood at one corner of a large place. And the Prince Siddhattha was standing in the center, in the middle. And the Prince Siddhattha says, now all of these 4 archers will shoot an arrow on me at the same time. And I, with a bow and arrow, I will shoot these arrows down before they harm me. So the prince is now going to shoot arrows that are flying at him. 4 arrows flying at him at the same time. And the 4 professional archers say, oh dear prince, you are young. Do not risk like this. It is dangerous. We are professional archers. What does that mean? If these professional archers shoot, then indeed the arrow will go very fast and very accurately to kill. So these 4 archers say, oh dear prince, do not do that. We do not want to harm you. And the prince says, no problem, let's do that. And so the 4 professional archers, each of them shot an arrow at the same time on the prince, and the prince shot down all of the 4 arrows. And there was no harm at all. So then many of the archers, many of the Sakyans, they are called the Sakyan family. So many of the members of the Sakyan family, they were very happy about the prince. They thought, indeed, our dear Prince Siddhattha is ready to be married to our very beautiful princess Yasodhara. But the prince also showed other skills. For example, shooting an arrow through wood or through metal, or shooting arrows very, very fast so that they created very nice things on the ground. Or he was able to shoot an arrow in a certain speed, and right behind that arrow he was able to shoot another arrow faster, so that as the first arrow is going, the next arrow is going faster and destroys the arrow in front while flying. That's an interesting skill, right? So the prince showed these skills, and therefore he was allowed to get married with the princess Yasodhara. So this is the little repetition of what we already were reading about, but some of you here are relatively new and you were not here when we went through this. So I will be sharing with you some little summary note, and you need to write it down. Hian and Nina will need to write it down when they arrive back at home, but the others can start writing already now. So first, get your notebook. Lucas has his notebook. Daniel and Rere, do you have your notebook? Okay, Daniel, do you have your notebook? What's going on?
So Pom Pom came over today. So then, while I was sleeping, my grandma put it away, and I don't know where it is.
Okay, so do you have a paper?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
you can write on a paper, and then instead of writing it like having the paper from the top to bottom, take the paper like this and fold it. Okay? Do you see that? You can take the paper like this and fold it. All right? And therefore you have a kind of book. All right? And you can start writing on that paper, and then later when you get your notebook, when you speak with your grandma or whoever took away your notebook, you ask them, where's your notebook? You get your notebook, and then you can take this paper and paste it in your notebook. Okay? So you do not need to copy it again. All right, so let's start with the date. So except Rere, well, actually, Hien and Nina also have Sunday, right? Hien and Nina, what's the date for you? You have Sunday or Saturday?
It's Sunday.
You have Sunday, okay. But Lucas and Daniel have Saturday. So for Lucas and Daniel, it's January 21, 2023. For Hien, Nina, and Rere, it's January 22, 2023. So you can write the date on a new page at the top, and then below that there will come 2 notes. I have them already ready. So it may take you some time to copy, so please take that time. It's these are some things that you should know, because this is some basics, about the Buddha's life. So I have already pasted the first note. There are 2 notes. The second note is a little longer. There you go. So these are the 2 notes for today. Please take your time, write it down, right away. He and Nina will need to write later. I would like to ask, we do not have our organizer in here.
What we done? Shit. Don't you remember what we done?
All right, so you can start writing. So Daniel, I will make you a host because I need to move somewhere else. So Daniel, I will make you a host, and you please wait here until everybody finishes writing the note. Is that possible for you? Is that comfortable?
Yeah, it's fine.
Nice, thank you. You're the oldest here, so you will be leading them all. Okay. So now you have the host rules, so I can leave and the meeting will not be destroyed. Daniel, do you have access to our Viber group?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? Do you think you could copy paste the notes into the Viber group?
I don't have it on this device. I have it on my dad's phone.
Okay, that's your dad's phone. Okay, so I will paste it myself. Yes, everybody can continue copying. Yes, Rare?
So, I joined at 8:30 today, but, I don't remember the time. So, do I have to join at 8:30 or 9:30?
I'm sorry, can you please repeat it?
I forgot when to join. So, is it 9:30 or 8:30?
Of Burmese time? of Burmese time, it is your 9:30. Your 9:30, not 8:30. No.
Okay. I'm older.
Oh, somebody already posted it. Miyake. We have Miyake somewhere? Oh, uh-huh. Okay, nice. Oh, I see now. That's a different class. Okay. Okay. Now that's clear. So I see Rere actually has access, right, to our Viber group easily. No problem. So I'm sharing it here. So thank you, everyone. You can stop your writing for a little while and we can greet each other. It was a pleasure to see you, everybody. Next week, we will not have our class because I will be traveling, but we will meet 2 weeks later. From today, 2 weeks later. So hopefully 2 weeks later, you all can come easily. That will be on the 5th of February for Hien, Nina, and Rere, and it will be the 4th February Saturday for Daniel and Lucas. Yes, Lucas?
So so next week we're going to take it off.
Yep, because I will not be available, but the other week we will meet. So one class we will miss. We will miss one class only.
Okay.
Nice. So it was a pleasure to see everybody. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be successful in everything you do.
Goodbye and thank you, Venerable Sir.
Thank you.